Good afternoon. In this story, I am going to tell you about the pattern with 12 petals, this time from Ben Youssef Medersa in Marrakech. The 12 petals are different than those that we had in the past because we have really two types of them. One type, the one that we know, and another type that is just like this. So let's go to the next page and let's start the story. You see, there is a book written by or made by Bourgogne, Arabic Geometrical Pattern and Design. This is not the original book. The original book was in French and it was printed long time ago. Now this what you see on the screen, this is modern reprint, and this is not really complete. They printed only the drawings and they removed large part of introduction. They just put very brief introduction saying that the methods presented here were not really correct and so on and so on. So this is just harvesting money from the work of another person. Bourgogne is dead for a long time, so now they can get money out of his work without paying him even a penny for his work. Anyway, this is one of the patterns drawings from this book. That's a drawing number 70. Okay, you can make it just like this. Okay, I'll write plate 70. Okay, and you can make it big like this. Okay, so this is the plate 70 from this book. Let's keep it here. Now, one of my colleagues was complaining some time ago that this pattern is not correct. Why? His argument was that here you have two kites, one is the bigger one is the smaller one, and in the pattern like this, both kites should be the same size. So let's try to check if my colleague was correct or not. This is where I'm starting. You see the colleague I am talking about, this is Anthony Lee. This is one of the best pattern designers and a really person with a very good intuition in pattern design. So everybody can make mistake, and if we make mistake, sometimes we have to correct it. Okay, so let's go to another picture, and of course what I did here, I started drawing, but okay, so that is my part. And now listen, you have two options really. You can draw a square like this. So if you draw a square like this, you will be quite happy to make proper interlace pattern. Or you can make a drawing just a quarter of this, and then you have to repeat this in some way if you want to have interlace. If you want to have a normal pattern, non-interlace, then you will be absolutely fine. And of course you can do a kundekari version. If you have seen today on Instagram, I posted my kundekari version of this pattern, I think like this, or I think like this. So you can do it this way, only just remember the belts should be slightly wider than I have, because otherwise it doesn't look especially good. Okay, so this is what we do. We will do this small square. You can just even cover it with a polygon and then make this polygon transparent. Yes, okay. So just like this. If you want to have a different color, that will be more convenient for us. Okay, I think this one is too dark. We can always make it lighter. Okay, and now we can do. So the blue part. If I want to make the blue part, what I have to do, I have to start with the line. Display, line style thin, and then color black. Okay, that's what we get. Now, what we do. This is the same story like with other dodecagonal patterns. Double click on the corner, one of the corners, take the line, and then transform, rotate, how much? 90 degrees by 6. Okay. And then transform, rotate again, transform, rotate again, and then transform, rotate again, and finally transform, rotate again. Somebody was asking me if a person is drawing pattern by hand on a paper, how he can do it. Until now, everything is clear. Drawing's a segment, we know how to. Yes, drawing the lines that we have here, you have a few tools that you can use for drawing them. Just the measuring angles that you have here, and the angle, how much it will be, number calculate. You will have 90 degrees divided by 6. Okay, so you have 90 degrees by 6. So the angle here is 15 degrees. So there are tools for drawing these things. Now, we did this pattern a long time ago, at least part of this. So if I just make reflection like this, okay, if I add here a segment, so you remember in one of the first dodecagonal patterns that I was talking about was just producing a petal like this. Okay, so what was the story? Now, I need a circle. Okay, and I can just draw lines this way. Display line style medium, and a color is red. Then another part, okay. And for drawing a petal like this, what we did, we connected these 2 points. We took this point and this point. Okay, this was our first line. So display line style color blue. Okay, and this was our first line. And making the petal in this first part, it is the task that you were doing already a few times. So construct angle bisector, double click on it, transform, reflect, then again transform, reflect, and then transform, reflect. Okay, look what we got. I can draw my first part ready. This is the line style medium. I make the color black. So you have this. and then you have this, and then you have this. Okay, so this is what we did. Now I wish to just complete the star because the star is quite essential. So what I do, double click on this line, select these segments, okay, and now as I said, double click, transform, reflect. Okay, you got this, but just remember, we don't have this part. So we have to remove it, and we have to remove it. Now the rest of the star is quite easy. So double click on this line. Now select these segments just like this. You don't need to select anything else. And then is transform, reflect, again, transform, reflect. Okay. If you wish to continue, because here is a petal like this, you have to take this line and then take these segments and then transform, reflect. So you see everything is just reflections, reflections, reflections. Now go to the next page, add, duplicate, page 6. Okay, and now what we have to do? We have to do a lot of lines. So we have one line, we have another line, but make it thin, then make another line. Okay, and of course I didn't do this, so I need transform, reflect. Okay, now I need to have the point here, so construct intersection, that's fine. And the story is going quite nicely. We got the star, we got the two petals. Now what about the rest? Look, here is the line, this is the line, okay, and it's cutting this side in this place. Now this other line is cutting here. So what I have to do, I have to take this point and draw a circle. Okay, I have no other choice. So draw a segment like this, but this should be fat line. Add this one. Now what you do, just do this, and then do this. Okay, now how to finish the central part? First of all, let's remove all these things. Maybe I will just go to the next page, add, duplicate page 7. Okay, and now let's hide these things. So display, hide them. Okay, and then what I have to do, I have to expand this segment. Okay, simply the lines should cross and there should be no bending in this place. So we take this point and then we draw a short segment connecting this area. Okay, now this line we can make thin because this is just the helper line, and we got major part of the pattern. Now what we can do, double click on the mirror. This is the mirror for the whole design. And now what I do, I just select all these segments, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. Okay, and then I said double click here, so transform, reflect, I got it. I got what I wanted. So File, Document Options, Add, Duplicate, page 8. And now I have to hide all these lines, just like this. I have to hide all these things that are here. Yes. And then I don't need tessellation. So display hide these objects, and also I don't need this. I don't need the calculation. And then, okay, what else is here? Hide this. Okay, that's what we needed. Now, document options, go to the next page. Yes, and now what you can do. You can do whatever you want to make larger pattern. You can rotate it, or you can just make it like this. Okay, so if you're doing interlace, rotations will be fine. So just look at this, how the rotations will work. Okay, maybe I will, okay, fine. Transform, rotate. We are rotating about this point. Okay, Dale, transform, rotate, and transform, rotate. Okay, we got the same pattern that you have here in this rectangle, but I did this differently, so I got this part. Yeah, okay, I got the part that looks like here. Okay, and this is what I got. Okay, but it really doesn't matter if you do this way or other way, because document options, if you move to the next page, you can always hide these two segments, hide objects, make a double click, select everything, and make a reflection. Make it smaller because we don't have such a big screen, and go down. Okay, and of course you can hide these segments, and now double click, and then what I will do, I will just go this way. Okay, I didn't mark everything, so I have to repeat my story. Okay, and then transform, reflect this way, and then remove the red segments. Okay, and then this is what we are getting. We are getting exactly the same pattern like the one that is here, with the big rosettes like this, and so on. Okay, now I will leave the rest of the story for you, so you can go to the page, this one, or even this one, and you can make it coloring. So just take any type of color you want. Okay, suppose that I will take something different. Wow, what's a nice colors. Okay, and I will just try to okay, and of course I need one of these colors, because otherwise, so display color, the green one, fine. Okay, you can even make it darker. Okay, then the petals can be also green, but not so dark, so I can use them this way. So display color, the other way, that is fine. Now you're getting one petal like this, and then you're getting another petal like this. Okay, and then this one. What else you want to color? We can color, for example, these kites, but we can color them this way. Okay, and then the rest will be like this. And again, like this. Okay, and now what about the hexagons? We can make them dark red, like this. Okay, and then another one just this way. And what else we can do? Okay, let's do one more thing here. That is fine. We don't need to cover to fill these points. So file, document options, add page 9. Okay, now I don't need this, so I have to remove everything. I don't need my colors. Well, I may need them. So now what I will do, just make it smaller, fine, okay. And then if you prefer to have it, no, if you prefer it this way, I have to just Control Z and then double click, transform, reflect. Okay, double click here, transform, reflect. Okay, now let's finish. Okay, so hide this, hide these objects. Now you can select everything, display line style thin. Okay, we still don't have main color, but don't worry about this. So now again, make it smaller, just this way. Select all points and display hide points. I don't need them anymore. And now double click, hide these segments, hide segments. So transform, reflect. Okay. Now double click here, hide these segments. Okay. And now what you do, transform, reflect. Okay. You see, we got a thing like this. And now what we can do, we can put the background color. If you like, you can just put the background color like this. Not like this, because this one is too dark. But out of the color palette that I have here, I can choose something. Okay, this one. Okay. And now double click, right mouse button, and send this to the back. And then you got this nice pattern. The coloring is different than the one that I did, but it really doesn't matter. You can use your own colors. So select all segments, display color. You can make your segments all black or display color. You can make your segments white like this. Okay. And then this will be finishing our work. So you can try this pattern. As you see, it is incredibly easy, and you can make it in a very nice way. You know how to make interlace patterns, so you can make it interlace, or you can make it in the form of kundakari design. That is fine, and you will be probably very good on this story. So let me to finish everything and post this on YouTube, and you will be seeing this in half an hour. So goodbye and see you next time.